So good morning. Come on, I'm like Rian, you can do a little better than that. Good morning. How cool was that? That was so awesome. Let's give Rian a big round of applause. You know, I really thought I was still pumped up last night from the 80s celebration, but that just really blew my mind. I just thought it was awesome. How many of you had a great time last evening? That was... And we hope that your experience here at our nationwide Relay for Life Summit has been a great one. Well, this morning we're going to get into the business, and we want to make sure that we continue talking about that experience, about building the fun. We all know Relay for Life is about fun, right? And so what better way to do that than to think outside of the box and be willing to try something new, you know? Even if it's a little magic, you might not have an illusionist like Rian in your community, but you know what? You can bring the fun. And I know we always talk about doing things outside of the box, but man, we are Relay for Life people. How many of you know that thinking outside of the box is retro? We have to break the box to make sure that we're going to get out of every one of our constituents what we need to make Relay for Life successful. You with me this morning? So the point is, let's be sure that we are making our events incredible experiences. That means making sure they're meaningful. We've got to have the meaningful experience, making sure that they are worthwhile to everyone that attend. And it means things like recognizing our teams. How many of you know that teams are the lifeblood of Relay for Life? And we must make sure that we're recognizing our teams and our participants and our survivors and our caregivers, always making sure that we give good kudos to our sponsors, you name it. And it means making sure that our events just incorporate lots and lots and lots of fun. Why? Because we want our relayers to walk away saying, wow, and telling their friends about the amazing experience they have every time they go to or attend one of our Relay for Life events. See, the experience is one. It's just, oh man, it's one of the most meaningful things that sets us apart from any of the competition out there. And it makes people want to continue to be involved year after year after year. Now, yesterday we talked a lot about our roots. When Relay for Life, and when it began, when Dr. Gordy started that movement in 1985, you know, and how that thing began or started to take shape. Well, that first year, it was kind of Dr. Gordy and his little short shorts in the track. And then the next year, much thanks to our mother of Relay, Pat Flynn, because you know behind every good man, there's a good woman organizing everything. Much thanks to our mother of Relay, Pat Flynn, we got more people to come. But it wasn't long before that. We realized then we had to change again. We had to stand out. We had to develop more things. And you know what? It had to stand out a little more than just your regular walking and running event, because all of the other events began to gain traction. So, of course, at the time, we're the only ones passionate enough to think about, guess what? Taking an event overnight. We were the only ones that thought about doing that. But we knew we had to add more to keep the people there and to keep them coming back. And so guess what? We did. We added more. We added Luminaria. What a powerful way for us to give ourselves the opportunity to remember the people we've lost too soon and to memorialize the people that we love. We recognized and we celebrated all the people who have heard the words, you have cancer. And if you're a cancer survivor in here this morning, please raise your hand and let's give these great folks a big round of applause. We brought activities and entertainment to our track, men in dresses, wow. And we invoked this feeling or this emotion in people that most other events just couldn't do. And guess what? It was all fun. So now, by definition for me, an event is a planned social or public occurrence. Simply put, okay? I don't know about you guys. That doesn't do too much for me, okay? The definition, though, of an experience, on the other hand, is an event or an occurrence that leaves an impression on you or on someone else. And think about this. Every single time someone comes to our Relay for Life events, we want to make sure that we're giving them the ultimate experience of their life so that it will make an impression on them. It will leave an impression on them every time. So, Relayers, I challenge you, every one of you, as you're in today's sessions and we're talking about how we're going to build the fun and how the relay movement is growing and how it grew into this wonderful experience, and how many of you know we are definitely a worldwide phenomenon. I challenge you this morning. I want you to go back and I want you to think about what you're going to do at home. Because Ron said it best on the first day. What happens in Dallas does not stay in Dallas. So what are you going to do to make an impression on people? What are you going to do to make your Relay for Life event an experience? And not only that, but how do you make it a different experience every year? Back in the late 90s, there was competition, but unfortunately, just as there was competition, but unfortunately, just as Relay has grown, so has it. And we have to realize that. That's why it's so important that we continue to build the fun so that Relay for Life stands out as the very best event ever. More importantly, I'm getting tie-tongued here. The very best experience in the world. And people always ask me, what brings you back to Relay, Jeff? Why do you keep doing that thing? And I really sometimes don't have the word, and I laugh because I tell them my mantra for Relay is this simply. Relay for Life can't be explained, only experienced.